Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning back in. And yeah, I think I have some very interesting things to show today. Um, I think something has moved pretty big this day. So let's dive back in. We will start quickly with the Dixie. As you can see, this is my daily view right now. We have the Head and Shoulders, as you know, and I'm just waiting for a break of this blue neckline right here. And this is the target if we were to, no, sorry, this one down here is the target if this were to break. So that's the longer term view that I have for the Dixie. And let's zoom in on the 1 hour only because yesterday we talked about we were standing right here after we have broken to the upside of this bearish wedge or flag. We broke out to the upside. We visited the upper golden trend line, and then we came in for a reverse down to the upper trend line for the wedge. And I said that two things could happen. We could resume upwards here, which would be insanely bullish for the dollar, or we could come back in for a retest and then roll over. Um, we didn't get a retest actually. We just broke right through, and then we came back in for a reaches of the lower side of the lower wedge trend line. And right now I'm just waiting for a break below this one, the green right now, because this has now been confirmed to be a level of support, a trend line of support, as you can see. So if we roll over here, getting below 102-ish, then I think we are in for a move down again to this neckline, which is down here. So we have to wait and see. I think tomorrow will be interesting because this will confirm which way we go if we start to ground back in or we roll over. Okay, Palladium. If we zoom out long term, as you can see, to me this is the first time in a very long time where where we're actually trying to bottom out because we had this was the Ukrainian invasion. We had the madness here. Then we crashed down big time, went into a long range or bearish flag, you can say, and then we rolled over, back test, and then just into the wedge right here, as you can see, coming down to the pinpoints, dropping below, and now we are back above again. And to me, we have an inverse head and shoulders forming here with the blue neckline. So to me, the most important thing for Palladium, if we were to get bullish, is to get back above this bad boy right here. As you can see, we have the pivots, the lows here forming a long-term resistance. So we want to get back above 1560 or so at least, and stay there for a good amount of time. And then I think we have a place where a lot of people has gone short of obviously because this important trend line broke, and now they will get caught, with their short positions. So they have to buy back if they can't push it back lower again. So this I think Palladium is at a very interesting point in time to me. Not the dollar, sorry, the oil chart, as you can see right now. This was the gap up. This was the gap up from the OPEC that were to cut production, and right now we're still just sitting right below this. To me, this very important trend line going across here. So I think if we are to break out here this way, not only are we breaking the golden trend line, but we're actually also breaking the midpoint of the bull flag. As you can see, it's not a bull flag, but a bullish channel, I would rather call it that. So I think if this were to happen, I think we could gain some momentum, and by summertime, in like 3 months or so, if it really gets some momentum, we can actually visit the lower side of this upper upper band of the channel. So we're looking at somewhere between 95, yeah, 95, yeah. So that's one to follow. So it's a very important time right now. You can also see if we zoom in, this is the hourly, and you can see we are trying to break this golden trend line. And I also mentioned a decent amount of time, back at the early 2023 that the 82 level is what has my attention right across here, and it still has. So the 82 is the one to watch for me. So if we can break this multiple resistance right here, to me, very bullish for oil. Very, very bullish. Okay, this is the, again, we looked at this one yesterday as well. The silver divided by the Dixie. And we talked yesterday about this golden trend line has been broken. And we have done a retest, and now we're zooming back up. But I just wanted to let you know this point here, which I have called, a waterfall level, which is basically once we broke below here, we actually started to do, a very big down move. So to me, this point in time right here also coincides with the 0.618 FIB. I think once we get there, I'm actually very excited to see if we get a huge reversal, because this is what you often see at this level, or if we break right through. So that's a very important level for me to watch. So the 25, the 0.25 in this ratio, very important to see. Zooming out, I have posted this chart a few times. The Brazilian ETF, it's going back 20 years, as you can see, and right now it's just squeezing up big time. This is the weekly time frame, guys. So this is massive, massive squeeze, macro squeeze, and we are now coming to an end point, right, in this squeeze. Of course, we have some time left to run, but if you zoom in, I mean, it's getting juicy here, and I think once we break out above the upper trend line from this major squeeze here, I think you have a massive opportunity in the Brazilian stocks right here. And today, actually, we are having a great day. A 5% pop right here from this smaller fractal squeeze here you have going back 9 months or so. We are popping out here. So we could go in for a retest, close the gap, and then resume, or we have to wait and see what happens. But today is a big pop. So, oh yes, my favorite sector of all time, the uranium sector. We looked at these two. Actually, I have added, another dotted golden trend line, because you can draw it in two ways, in my opinion. You can take the top here, and then you take this high here, and then you go down. But also there is merit to do, if you take this top here, and then you take this top over here, then you can drag it out further. So these two trend lines or resistances we have broken out above again. That's very good. And also, I said we did break this one here, and then we went into to, uh, to a high, rolling over. And I said if we were to have any bulls buying, it should be right here. Actually, we went lower, but to me, we're still having a fighting chance not to drop below the long-term green trend line, which is a major neckline as well. So for now, it's still sketchy, but as I mentioned, uranium sector for this decade is still my best play or my best investment, I think. Okay, the GDX. Let's zoom out just quickly here. I can think we're running out of time. Anyways, let's go fast. The GDX has, on the weekly basis, broken above the neckline here, the blue neckline going across. As you can see, we have been looking at this for quite some time, and we have broken multiple resistances, the golden resistance lines coming across. So right now the gold junior is looking amazing, and the target is up here at 86. 56. SILJ similar. You can see again trying to it has formed an inverse head and shoulders again. Neckline is the blue. So where do we want to break out? Is clearly we want to get back above 12. Let's call it 12. When we do that, then I think we have a big run ahead of us for the silver juniors. The XBI, the biotech sector, actually looked pretty damn well. And I also posted this on Twitter back in the day that we are probably making the inverse head and shoulders, but we just couldn't clear the neckline, and we just went in for a breakdown here, and now we're coming back up a bit. So this is actually very bearish for the biotech sector. You can see we have made a lower low also. So right now you can see uh, low, low, lower high, and then another lower low here. So this is turns out not to be such a great setup. The setup was great, but the outcome was not what we wanted to see. BDI very quickly, the Baltic Dry Index. We talked about in last week that we wanted to. Let me just go quickly here to the Heikin Ashi. Yeah, it's better to see that we wanted to see a bounce right here, and we have for now. And we need to get back above 16, 1,600 or so. And then I think we're in for some run, hopefully. Boat, which is the global shipping ETF. Just very quickly want to show you that right now we are in a bull flag, um, looking very good. And you could argue that we are about to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think if we go to the normal candlesticks that we are, if this breaks out, I think we could be going in for a complete gap fill over here from mid 2022. And that would be a perfect way to take profit if you are long this sector here. So yeah, last one is a silver miner, which I think is probably one of the top 3 silver miners to be in this gold and silver bull market. And also, I have been following this chart for a very long time and posting that once I started to see this right shoulder getting formed, I said that I think this is the right shoulder, and we could see also the squeeze coming up, and we broke out from the squeeze straight into the neckline, and actually no resistance at all, just pierced right through. So to me, Abra Silver, or Resources they're called now, is an absolutely, if you're bullish, the gold and silver miners, this is one to look for if you can get an entry, depending of if you want to go for an entry on a possible retest or whatever, if it's bull flagging, you can do it. But anyways, I think Abra Silver is a no-brainer in my book if you're bullish. And you have the target here for the inverse head and shoulders up at 0.65. So yeah, that's all of what I have. And sorry it took 12 minutes, but yeah, I like to keep it below 10. Anyways, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. It helps me a lot. I really appreciate you coming back. And if you're new, I hope you liked it. So please subscribe both for my YouTube and also my Twitter page, which where I post daily. So have an awesome night, an awesome evening wherever you are, and we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.